So status is by far the biggest amplifier. And I agree with you 100% on that. Would you say social media has pretty much created an environment where men have to operate this way nowadays with modern day dating and modern day women?
I mean, I think social media has perpetuated a lot of the problems. I think it's like granted access like unnecessarily. And because it's granted these girls access to all these different celebrities, now everybody's being compared to these people, right? So it's like creating unrealistic expectations. It's creating an ecosystem that was never there before. And so it's like if you give everybody in the world access to everybody else, then it's like everybody's competing against 8 billion people. Like, you know, I can compete against, 400 people in a small town and be the man, but like, can you compete against fucking like 10 million people in LA? Can you compete against fucking 100 million people? Can you compete against fucking 4 billion people? Like, at what point, like, can you not compete? Because nobody's the best in every single category.
Yeah.
So no matter who the fuck you are, there's going to be a category that you're lacking in. So if you're being held to that standard, it's like nobody's going to be happy. The girl's not going to be happy with you. You're not going to feel adequate. It's like this, like, just nonsensical thing. And it's like they focus it really like on the body positivity shit. And instead, like, why don't you focus on, because body positivity is like the one thing you can actually do something about. Like almost everybody could have like a top tier physique if they just fucking worked hard enough, But all this other shit, it's like you can't grow taller, like not everybody can be a fucking billionaire, you know what I mean? Like everybody, it's whatever these things that they want are, it's like all of this is not achievable. Can you focus on like one thing and get better at it? Yeah, but like, if you're born ugly, like you better get rich, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, that's what I'm saying. But if she expects good looking and rich and this and that, it's like.
And I think that's kind of where it's at, where it's like all the women are chasing a small minority of the men, and most of the guys don't have, the income, the height, the charm, the charisma, the nice Instagram, the blue check, the social status, etc. It's like, I'll say this. I mean, this might be controversial, but I think if a girl has like slept with like 5 or 10 celebrities, like, bro, you probably don't want to take that girl seriously at all. Like, I mean, it especially if you're an average guy. Like, it's just not a good look for you. Like, if a girl tells me anything like, oh, I've dated this celeb before, I've dated this guy, I instantly say, yeah, this girl's streets. I'm never going to take her serious.
Dan,
I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I'll battle with some of them, so I know, yeah, I mean, it's a whole thing, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, there's a couple of them that fucking really hate my ass guys, some of their bitches.
Dan, if you had to choose between money, status, and let's say, for example, looks, as a guy, what would be the number one thing you would choose out of those three?
Money, status, and looks. If I could choose one,
To get girls.
If your goal was, if you only had one marker,
it's not even close.
yeah,
It's not. It's
Yeah.
We say the same thing.
you say the same shit.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not even a conversation.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, look at like fucking, Leo, like all these guys, like, all these categories that these women say they want, everything. It's like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, if Leo's got a 5-inch dick, he's still getting all the pussy. You know what I mean? If Leo's fucking 4'5", he's still getting all the pussy. Like, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? If you're like famous enough, all that stuff just falls out.
I agree with you 1,000%.
And also, I saw it because I got different things at different times. Like, I got the money first, and well, no, I can't. I mean, I guess like it depends on how, like, all the different categories. So, like, at first, I got into shape.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do I wanted to have every fucking advantage
Yeah.
I could have. Because I didn't get a lot of pussy when I was in junior high and like
Yep.
high school, and I was in jail my senior year, right? So I had this perceived fucking lack that I wanted to make up for, and so I wanted to make sure I checked every motherfucking box. So like, first thing was getting in good shape.
Yep.
I finally got to be popular, but then I got thrown in jail. So it's like, it's like little things along the way. But when I put the being in good shape and being popular in college together, it was like, man, fucking all bets were off. And then when we added that to the setup, which was like that ratio was right at our parties. I mean, bro,
Well, I'm going to ask you about that next. We'll continue. I don't want to interrupt you.
It was absurd, and so
Yeah.
then, so I had those things. So like we got the looks in order, we got the status in order, we got the fucking setup in order. So it's like, and I saw those, right. And
Then the money came.
then I got rich, right? Like, and I got rich in different levels, and so I saw like the varying like just
Tiers of women.
Yeah, money's a tool, right? So
Yep.
like I saw the different levels of that money, right? Because
Yep.
there's like money, and then there's like real money, and then there's like fuck you money, and then there's like, okay, we can change the world money, right? There's different levels to it.
Absolutely.
So like for me, it's like, it's just like, I don't like, if it's not like, 50, 100 million, like I wouldn't even consider that, having money, right?
Yeah.
So like, but I'm maybe a fucked up outlier, right? But I've been jaded. So like, everybody's got their own view, but like for me, it's like, fuck, I don't know. I didn't really think that I had money until I hit that threshold. And so when I hit that threshold, I saw how that.
We're talking over 100 million right now, just to be specific. Okay,
like
all right.
50, 100, like those, like where you could get a jet, like you're never flying commercial, you got a nice house, like all this shit.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like I was living like I had like 500 million when I had like 50, because I had all the sickest houses. I was renting my house in LA, I was renting this house in San Diego, and I was getting crazy deals. The house in San Diego was like a 20-something million dollar house. The house in LA was probably like $20 million house. Then I had the penthouse in Vegas, which was like the nicest fucking apartment. So I had like the nicest places and the nicest spots.
Yeah.
I had the Ferraris, I had all the shit. There's nothing more. I bought a plane, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. So I had there was nothing else I really could buy other than maybe a yacht. Like if I had $1 billion, I wouldn't have really like had anything different. Like maybe I would have had a bigger.
You know what's funny? Andrew said the same thing. Once you hit 20 million or above, you're pretty much in the same locations as the billionaires, etc. It's like
It's higher than 20.
50
think it's
million.
higher?
50 is minimum because like
50.
you can't really get a plane. The plane is a big game changer, especially now with all these fucking shits.
So you would say 50 million is at that point where it's like, okay, now it's like you're doing the same shit as all the billionaires, you're in the same areas as them.
I think 20 million is you've got everything that you need. Basic needs met.
Okay.
Like luxury needs met. Like you can have a Ferrari. You're not balling out of control. You're not flying private all the time. You don't have multiple houses. You're not like, you don't have a retirement money, but like you've got like the shit that you want. Basic shit. Like, whatever. Every guy wants a Ferrari. Every guy wants a fucking nice watch, right? You got like the basic shit.
Yeah.
50 to 100, like I'd say 100, like 50 to 100 is where, okay, now you're flying private, you've got a nice house, but like.
Not much difference between you and a billionaire essentially at that point?
I'd say like in the hundreds. There's
Okay.
like I'd say like a couple, 200-300 is not much different than a billionaire at all.
So you got the money and then you ended up, and then you started getting the Instagram up, right? That's where you were before.
Yeah. So
to finish off.
the money was a big one. I'd throw parties. The ratio was good. I had poker games. I had all these fucking hot chicks there. Definitely brought in pussy, but like the fame was a whole different.
The fame was the main
I
amplifier.
knew it was going to be strong. I just didn't know it was going to be that strong. Because like I went on tour with System of a Down.
Okay.
I was good friends with the drummer.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, we're in Milan. We're gonna get all the fucking pussy. I got the backstage pass. Like it's all over. It's over for these bitches, right? Like we're fucking. It's done. I didn't get no pussy in 3 weeks. Me, bitch out.
Yo.
It's like, what the fuck, man? And like, people didn't really, people at the shows recognized them, but when we were out in the streets, like,
Yeah.
nobody really gave a fuck. And I was just like, I was so surprised, dude. And then when I went to Europe, when I was famous, it was a whole different motherfucking animal. Like, I was fucking chicks in the portalets. Like, it was crazy. Motherfuckers were coming up to me like, people see the Instagram thing, like, oh, it's Instagram fame, it's not real. It's like, dude, I've seen like traditional celebrities, and then I saw the shit that I had, and it was not even fucking close.
Yep.
Like, it was not even close. Like, I mean, the shit that happened and the mayhem that I saw and caused, it was just like, and it was all over the world too. That was the crazy part. Like 80% of my following is outside the US. So this was like in every fucking country other than Japan and China. Those places, they didn't really give a fuck about me. Like, fucking India, goddamn, like places you wouldn't even fucking think. Like Iceland, like, bro, so everybody knows who the fuck you are.
So status is by far the biggest amplifier. And I agree with you 100% on that.
You get laid in spots that you wouldn't even try before. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would fuck a chick in a hotel lobby. Like, shit that I would not even attempt, I would do and be successful almost every time.
Wow.
So it's like, it almost encourages you to act like a jackass because you just get rewarded and you get away with all this shit. It's like these fucking,
hot chicks.
rock stars that roast a goat in a hotel room and they get headlines of how cool they are. They do things that like normally in society would throw you in jail. People look at you like you're a fucking idiot. Like throwing a fucking TV out of the hotel room. It's like, oh, this guy's a rock star. So that's awesome. Normal guy does that. It's like, hey, you fucking retard. Like you're in jail. Like,
I heard you pulled it off one time where you slept with a girl and you didn't even say a word to her.
yeah.
Legendary.
Yo, tell us about that, man. Because
Legendary.
most guys can barely get anything. They gotta talk. They gotta do something. You know what I mean? Guys can spend months talking to a chick. How'd you pull that off? You didn't say a word to this
I
bitch.
didn't care. That's why. It
Bam.
was 2014, and I had 2 or 3 girls earlier that day, and there was like other ones waiting. And we were on a yacht. We're in Cannes, and fucking, that was the night I got fucking beaver laid. I mean, it was just like pussy was everywhere. And like, I just saw this chick. She was looking at me. And I stared back at her, and I was like, you know what? Fuck. I wonder if I could fuck this chick without talking. And I was fucked up. You know, when you're fucked up, you try shit that you wouldn't normally try when you're sober. You know, when you're fucked up, so you think of an idea, and you're like, I wonder if I could pull this off, right? So it's like, okay.
This is gonna be a great story.
Let's see if we can pull it off. So I just like went over, grabbed her by the hand, and it's like they didn't actually not even a great story. It's just like it's just funny. Like I just like, you know, just stared at her for a second, went over there, grabbed her hand, took her upstairs, and we started hooking up in my room, fucked her, and like she said something to me, I think while we were like taking our clothes off, and I like had to like consciously not.
Yeah, you were just like,
Consciously, like, not say anything back. But it was like pretty seamless, man. And then like after I fucked her, you know, like we talked in the shower or whatever. And
Yeah.
oh, cool, sit, you know, like
What was her name?
I don't fucking know. I could pick her out of a lineup. She was hot. She had like a fucking like a strong. She looked like an Eastern Bloc European like model, like tall blue eyes, like she's just hot, fucking traditionally like smoking hot chick, you know, like
Yeah.
you'd see in Vogue. And
That's dope.
so you mentioned that she was on your yacht, right?
yeah, the funny thing is I remember this distinctly. She probably doesn't even fucking remember. I distinctly remember that moment. It was like, oh, this is the first time I ever fucking chick with that talk.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, it's amazing how like guys have to like remember things like that because it's so hard for us to do these types of things.